Hi guys, how are you doing? I just wanted to come talk to you guys for a minute in hopes that it helps someone. I'm going to talk to you about my breastfeeding experience. Where to start? I guess we start from the beginning. When I first found out that I was pregnant with my daughter, I started watching a lot of videos about breastfeeding. I studied a lot of them, and then I started watching videos about using breast pumps and everything because I knew that I wanted to breastfeed my child because of the nutrients and everything. It's it's a good bonding experience for yourself and for your child, and the nutrients that your child get is really good, and it was also good for myself. So I was like, yes, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I want to do. So I watched so many videos. So then, when I had her, when I was in the hospital, the nurse, she sat her on my chest. And my daughter, she automatically went to the boob. Like, I guess because she could smell the milk or whatever, she came straight to the boob. You guys, let me tell you, it hurt so bad. I mean, it was very painful. It felt like she was biting me, but I knew she didn't have teeth. And it hurt so bad, I was like trying to give her back to the nurse. I was like, something's wrong. And she was like, no, what do you mean? I said, it hurts so bad, something's wrong. And she explained to me, she was like, that's just colostrum. Your milk, since it's your first time breastfeeding, is coming out thick, like really thick, like cottage cheese, because it's your first time letting the milk come out. So she was like, it's only gonna hurt for a little while, and after that it's gonna flow out like regular milk. Yeah. Oh, when I tell you it hurt. So I had to tell myself, I was like, don't give up. This is for your daughter's health. Don't give in. Even though it was painful, I was like, don't give in. So after a while, it did, stop hurting. But like the nurse, every time she would put my daughter on me, it would hurt, but not as bad. When I tried to do it by myself, yeah. When I tried to do it by myself, my nipples, they burned so bad. And I was like, no, this cannot be right. This does not feel right. And I explained to the nurse, I was like, it still hurts. It doesn't hurt as bad, but it still hurts. And she was like, it's okay. Your body will get used to it. She was trying to calm me down, honey. I wasn't trying to hear it. And the hospital that I had my daughter in, it was a breastfeeding hospital. That's what they specialize in, breastfeeding. So I was like, can I give her some formula? They weren't trying to hear it. They was like, no, keep trying. And yeah, it hurt so bad. And I don't know, my mind was just thinking, I was like, how am I going to feed my child if it hurts this bad? It's like, I can't do this. So after I left the hospital, I brought my daughter home. I was trying to breastfeed her again, and it was not. Every time I would put her on, it hurt so bad. It felt like somebody was taking like a stapler and stapling my nipples. That's exactly what it felt like. So, the whole time that I would be feeding her, I would be crying. That's how much it hurt. It made me cry, you guys. So, this went on for a couple of days, and then they have a number where you can call the nurses and talk to them, And I would call the nurse and I tell her, you know, how I felt, what was going on. And she was like, you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. And it just, to me, it seemed like it wasn't easing up. It seemed like it was not easing up. And I felt as though, because the nurse, they told me before I left the hospital, they was like, you can feed her every 2 to 3 hours. And that's what I was doing. That's what I was trying to do. It wasn't working. So I asked, could I go to a breastfeeding class? And they was like, you didn't take the breastfeeding class? I was like, no, I didn't, because she came early. And my daughter, she came at 36.
I want my pink bow.
Pink bow?
Yeah.
She came at 36 weeks. Tell them hello.
Hello.
She came at 36 weeks. I'm going to put it back on for you.
Yeah.
And you take a breastfeeding class when you're 37 weeks. But since she came so early, I didn't get to take the class or whatever. And when they looked at her weight, because when she was born, she was almost 9 pounds. And they was like, how can, you know, they couldn't believe that she was a premature child weighing so much, because most premature kids come out smaller, but she was almost, you know, some lipstick.
Yeah.
So she came out, love you.
Okay, cute.
Thank you. She came out almost 9 pounds, so they could not believe that she was premature. Yeah. And the way when she was nursing, the way she nurses, like she was starving, like it was her last meal, like, excuse me, like she'll be smacking and everything, she'll be really like going at it or whatever. So I was telling them, I was like, yes, she's a premature baby, yes, she weighs a lot. And you know, that was like, okay, well, you can take your breastfeeding class now that you done had her. So that's what I did. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm finna go to this breastfeeding class and they finna show me how to do this and be very supportive and everything. As soon as I walked in the class, it's a personal class. So it's just you, the teacher, and whoever you bring with you. As soon as I walked in the class, she said, take your shirt off and feed the baby. I was like, okay. You know, she didn't introduce herself or nothing. She didn't say, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. What's your name? She didn't do none of that. What's your daughter's name? She didn't do none of that, y'all. She just like, take your shirt off and feed your baby. So I took my shirt off and I was trying to, you know, feed my daughter, and it was not working because she would not wake up. I'm gonna say, this girl, when I tell you, she liked to sleep. Well, at that age anyway, she was knocked out, and I was trying to wake her up, and she would not wake up. I tried, you know, rubbing my boob on her face, up under her nose, rubbing on her lip. I tried doing everything. She would not wake up. So the teacher, she was like, wake her up, feed her. I was like, I'm trying. She was like, do it, wake her up and feed her. Y'all, this woman was getting on my nerves. This is my first child. I did not know how. I didn't know what to do. She was making me nervous, and she was like, if you can't feed your child, we're not gonna let you take her home. I was like, I can feed her. I was like, I just have to wait till she wakes up on her own. I don't know how to wake her up. And she was like, you need to wake her up. She needs to wake up so she can eat. Y'all, I could not wake her up. So the woman was like fussing at me and everything. And I was like, okay, well, you wake her up. So she takes my daughter in her hands, and she, you know, starts doing her like this, and, you know, hitting her feet and all that stuff, you know, doing all this to her and everything, and it was not waking her up. So the woman, she realized that my child was knocked out. She don't wake up unless she wants to wake up. So the woman was like, okay. She was like, you need to learn how to wake her up. I was like, well, can you teach me how to wake her up? The woman was like, you need to learn how. I'm sure just really rude, you guys. And she was like, they weighed her. They was trying to say,
Mama, wait, you like me?
Yeah. They weighed her to see how much she she weighs, and she had lost a pound because, like I said, she was almost 9 pounds when she was born. And then when we went to the class, she had lost a pound, and that woman just went crazy on me. She was like, "You're not feeding her. She's losing weight." And I was like, "I am feeding her." I was like, "I just cannot wake her up." I was like, "I have to let her wake up on her own or whatever." And one was like, she said, "I want you to come back in a week, and she better weigh more." Y'all, she had me so nervous, and she was like, "If she hasn't gained any weight, we're gonna take her away from you." Stop too. She had me. When I tell y'all she had me nervous, I was nervous too. Please stop that. Go get it to your dad. Tell him to put it up. I was panicking. I didn't know what to do because I did not want them to take my daughter away, you know, because I love my daughter. I didn't, you know, she just had me stressed out. So since my daughter wasn't nursing as much, you know, my breasts, they would fill up with milk and they would leak. Oh, they used to leak so much. And I used the nursing pads and everything inside of my bra, and they would fill up really fast. And so I was like, what I'm gonna have to do, I was like, I'm gonna have to use a breast pump, right? Yeah, let me tell you, I've tried the manual pump first. So I got the manual pump, put it together, and tried to pump some milk out. Y'all, when I tell y'all, that little manual pump, you do it like this with your hand. It had my hand hurting because I was like really, really trying to get some milk out, but I was just getting like a drop of milk, you guys. I was doing that manual thing for about 45 minutes, and just like a drop would come out, and I was freaking out. I was like, I can't feed my child. I was like, I can't get milk to come out, and I knew it was milk in there because it would just be leaking out and everything. I just couldn't understand like why the breast pump wasn't pulling a lot out, because when I watched the videos on YouTube, these girls, they would be pumping a whole bunch of milk out. They would have jugs of milk coming out. But when I tried it, only a little bit came out. So that had me stressed and panicking, and yeah, I was so nervous. I was like, how am I gonna feed my child? I tried to give her some formula. She did not want to take a bottle. She refused to take a bottle, you guys. So I'm like, they're gonna end up taking my child out. I was crying, I was sad, I was stressed. So I called the nurse number, and they was like, take the lactation class. And I was like, okay. So I signed up for the lactation class, and at the lactation class, they told me that I was latching her on wrong, because I was just putting my nipple in her mouth, and I'm supposed to put the whole nipple and areola in her mouth, and I did not know that. So that's why it was hurting so bad, because she was latched on wrong. That's why when she was trying to eat, that's why she was like so greedy, like, because I was just putting the tip in instead of putting the whole areola in. So you guys, I'm telling you, because I did not know, you're supposed to put the whole areola in the baby's mouth. Okay, so the lactation teacher, she taught me how to do that, and she was like, how often do you feed her? And I was like, whenever she wakes up. And the lactation teacher was like, how do you wake her up? And I was like, I just let her naturally wake up whenever she wants to, or whatever. And she was like, let me show you how to wake her up. So what she told me was, when she sleeps, what I have to do is take her and rub my nipple up under her nose, like let her get a smell of it, and then like squeeze a little milk out and let it fall on her lip. And when my daughter lick her lips, she'll taste it. Then if she's hungry, she'll wake up and she'll latch on and eat or whatever. And she's like, make sure she's eating every 2 to 3 hours. So I was like, okay. So when I brought my daughter home, because the lady from the breastfeeding class had me so paranoid, I was trying to feed her every 2 hours because I was trying to get her weight up and everything. And yeah, when I tell you it was so hard to wake her up, it would take me like a good 30 minutes to wake her up. And I had to feed her every 2 hours. It took 30 minutes to wake her up. So I was like, I can't breastfeed her because it was still hurting. Even though the lactation woman taught me how to do it, it would still hurt a little bit. And that's when I went back to the lactation class, and you know, she checked my chest, and she saw that because my daughter had been latching on wrong for so long, it had removed the skin off of my areolas and off my nipple, so I didn't have any skin on her. It was like real bruised. It was red, and it ouch, it was red or whatever, and it was just no good. So she was like, I'm going to show you how to use the breast pump. So I was like, I tried the breast pump and I'm not getting a lot of milk out. And I showed her, and she was like, that's how much you're supposed to get. She's like, she's a newborn baby, a newborn belly. Their stomach is not that big, and it does not take that much to fill up. You guys, I did not know that. I thought because of the videos I saw how those girls would, you know, they'll fill up the bottles and feed it to their baby. I thought that's what I was supposed to do, but no, your newborn baby's stomach is very small, so that's why when you pump, only a little drops come out because that's all they need. I did not know that, you guys. So don't freak out like I did, you guys. It's normal for just a little bit milk to come out because that's all your child needs. So then it became the situation of when I did learn how to pump the milk out, it became a situation of how to get it into her mouth. I was like, how, when she won't take a bottle. So the teacher, hold on, you guys. So I was telling her, I was like, I don't know how to feed her because she's not taking a bottle. And that's when she explained to me, she was like, just pump out however much you can. And I'm telling y'all, it would take me a while it would take me 30 minutes to wake her up because the sound of her waking up would cause my milk to drop, drop down and start leaking. So it would take me 30 minutes to wake her up so that she can make the movements and sounds and whatever she did. So by the time she wake up, start making the noise, my boobs start leaking and everything, I take the breast pump and I pump them little drops out, pump those out. And the teacher, she told me to take a syringe, and suck that milk out of the bottle, and then take the syringe and put it like in the side part of her cheek and squirt it out into her mouth. And that's what I had to do, you guys, because she would not take a bottle, and it hurt so bad when she tried to latch on, you guys. You just don't know how stressed I was, and I was depressed because I was like, they're going to take my daughter away. And that's something that the lactation teacher had talked to me about. She was like, you can't be stressing and you can't be depressed because she said that messes up your milk supply. So I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? And she was like, you got to do whatever you have to take that stress out of your life so that you won't be depressed or whatever. She said, so you'll be able to feed your daughter. So that's what I had to do, you guys. So that's what I had to do. All the stress that was going on in my life, because there was so much going on in my life. at that time when I had just had my child. It was so much going on. So all the stress, I had to get rid of it. Whoever was stressing me out, whatever was going on that stressing me out, I had to separate myself from it so that I won't be stressed and so that I won't be depressed and so that my milk can continue to flow and everything and so I can feed my child, you know? So that's what I had to do. Y'all, it was heartbreaking, yes, it was. But it was something that needed to be done in order for me to be able to feed my child. Let me look at my notes, y'all, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. When she turned 2 months, you know, she was growing, so her appetite was growing, and she wanted more milk. So every 2 hours, I was waking her up. And then it would take me about 30 minutes to wake her up, and it would take me 30 minutes to pump. And now that she was 2 months, more milk was coming out, but it was still not a full bottle. But I was cool with it because the lactation teacher told me that the amount she needs is the amount that will come out. And then she also told me, she said, the more you pump, like, it's like supply and demand. So if I pump my breast every 2 hours, it will need to be pumped. It'll be full every 2 hours. And she told me that when I do pump, make sure I empty them out. You know, empty my breast out. So that's another thing, you guys. Empty them out. And you know, when my breast finally did heal, you know, I was able to latch her on and feed her straight from the breast. Because when I tell you I was getting no sleep, having to, you know, wake up every 2 hours and do that 30 minutes to wake her up and 30 minutes to pump, I was getting no sleep, you guys. So I was able to, once my breast had healed, my nipples had healed, I was able just to latch her on directly. Y'all, let me tell y'all, that getting up out that bed to pick that heavy baby up, because my daughter is heavy, you guys. Started picking up a lot of weight. And that's why she got the name Chunky Monk, because, honey, she is chunky. That's why we call her Chunky Monkey. But, y'all, that was that at 2 months. So I would still call the nurse, talk to the nurse, and ask them about things, how much should she be eating now that she's this age, and how much should she weigh, and everything. And you could take your child up there and they'll check them for you. They'll do all of that. So when she turned 6 months, they was like, she's not going to be eating as much. They was like, she won't be eating as much because she's 6 months. And I was like, what do you mean? And they was like, because she'll start changing what she eats. And I was like what? And they was like, I could start giving her more formula. I was like, she don't take formula or whatever that. So that was that. At 9 months. At 9 months, she started eating solids. And they was like, now that she's eating solids, she's not gonna want the breast that much anymore. All lies. Yeah, my child, she would eat the solid foods, like, you know, little baby food and stuff, and she would want the breast right afterwards to wash it down with. So it was like she wasn't giving up. So the nurse asked me, at what age did you want to stop? I was like, well, I guess I'll just go ahead and wait till she's a year. Yeah. You know how at first she was eating every 2 hours? When she turned 9 months, it had turned to she wanted to nurse every hour, you know. When she turned a year, I was like, okay, no more. I'm not giving her the boob anymore. So It was one day, I never forget, you guys. It was one day I was at church, and she was so used to nursing on demand, because I had started on demand feeding her when she had turned 9 months. And on demand, okay, on demand feeding is when they just eat whenever they want, whenever they're hungry, whenever they want it. And that was easier for me because I was able to get more sleep, because she was able to get the breast herself. I didn't have to necessarily take my shirt off, unbutton my shirt, do none of that. She just knew how to come and get it herself. When she turned 1, we was at church, and I was like, okay.
I'm 3.
Yeah, you're 3 now. I was like, she's no longer going to breastfeed, and that's what I had told myself.
I'm 3.
Yeah, you're 3. We was at church, you guys.
I'm not 4.
And she started to undo my...
I'm not 4.
Yeah, you're not 4 yet. She started undoing my dress, and I was like...
I'm 3.
Yeah, you're 3. I told her no. I was like, no more boob, no more tit.
No more titty.
This girl slapped me
Hi guys.
so
Hi guys. No kitties.
No titties. She slapped me so hard in church, you guys. I was so embarrassed. I was so hurt because I had never been slapped by a child before. And, it was so embarrassing. I was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to continue to breastfeed her or whatever, since she wants to continue to do it. So that's when she was 1. So then when she turned 2.
No, I'm 3.
Yeah, you're 3 now. When she turned 2, I was like...
No.
So when she turned 2, I was like, okay.
No, I want to.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So I was like, she's older now. I was like, she don't need it anymore. I was like, no, she don't need it anymore. I tried to tell her no again. Yeah, she was like she's very strong. And
Mom, I'm very strong.
You're very strong. When I try to tell her no, she'll
I
fuss and fight, scratch, and all of that.
I'm strong.
So I was like, well, I guess I'm going to continue to breastfeed her, because I really didn't have a choice, because I was like, this is something she wants to do, and she's not stopping.
What's that?
Some Mentos.
Yeah.
So
Candy,
yeah. So yeah, you guys, that was my breastfeeding story. Y'all let me know how your breastfeeding experience went. Was it easy? Did you breastfeed your child? Do you still breastfeed your child? How long did you breastfeed your child? That was my breastfeeding struggle, you guys. But, if you have any questions, I will answer them and try to help out, because having a good support team is what you really need. You need to surround yourself with positive people so that your milk can continuously flow. But I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.